Hi, I'm glad you're here. I want to introduce you to a tool that domestic violence advocates often use when survivors come to a shelter or to another domestic violence agency for help. We call it an abusive behavior inventory, and it's really helpful for several reasons. First, it helps survivors understand what abuse is. Some of these abusive behaviors may seem normal because a person has seen this behavior all their lives or if they've experienced it so often. Second, it helps survivors remember things that they may have forgotten ever happened. Finally, filling out this inventory provides a really powerful visual reminder of just how much abuse a person has endured over time, which in turn often helps people make decisions about their safety, their health, and their future. You'll find a link to the abusive behavior inventory here on the yourpath.org website. I want to warn you that this is a long list, so I really want to encourage you to just listen and think about whether these questions are relevant to you rather than try to scribble everything down as I talk. You can watch the video again. Also, please know that many of the behaviors listed as verbal abuse are also forms of emotional abuse and vice versa, and that not every single abusive behavior is on this list. Finally, I need to warn you that I will be using some bad language in a minute or so when I talk about different kinds of verbal abuse. Okay, here we go. Physical abuse is when someone pushes, grabs, or shoves you, slaps, punches, or kicks you, chokes or strangles you, pinches, bites, or burns you, pulls your hair, threatens you with a knife, gun, or other weapon, or uses a knife, gun, or other weapon on you, prevents you from leaving an area or physically restrains you, throws objects, destroys property, or destroys your possessions, drives recklessly to frighten you, disregards your health care and other needs when you're ill, injured, or pregnant, abuses you while you're pregnant, forces you to abort or carry a pregnancy to term, or forces you to share drug needles with others. Sexual abuse is when someone pressures you to have sex, pressures you to perform sexual acts that make you uncomfortable or hurt you, rapes or sexually assaults you, puts you at risk for unwanted pregnancy or sexually transmitted infections, calls you sexual names like a whore, a bitch, a cunt, attacks your femininity or masculinity, accuses you of having or wanting sex with others, forces you to have sex with others or to view pornography, pressures you to dress in a certain way, disregards your sexual needs and feelings about sex, spreads rumors about your sexual behavior, forces you or refuses to let you use birth control, makes unwanted public sexual advances, makes remarks about your sexual abilities in private or in front of others, and for heterosexuals, accuses you of being gay if you refuse sex. Emotional abuse is when someone isolates you from your family and your friends, tries to keep you from doing something you want to do, gets angry if you pay too much attention to someone or something else, like your children, your friends, your schooling, withholds approval, appreciation, or affection, becomes angry if meals or housework are not done to his or her liking, doesn't include you in important decisions, doesn't allow you to sleep or eat, takes away your car keys, your money, or your credit cards, continuously checks up on you, listens to your phone calls, looks at your phone bills, checks the mileage on your car, interferes with your work or school by provoking a fight in the morning or calling to harass you at work, or minimizes or denies being abusive. Verbal abuse is when someone frequently blames or criticizes you, calls you names, ridicules your beliefs, your religion, your race, class, gender, or sexual preference, blames you for causing the abuse, criticizes or threatens to hurt your family or friends, spreads rumors about you, humiliates you publicly or privately, repeatedly harasses you about things you did in the past, threatens to leave the relationship or tells you to leave, tells people you suffer from a mental illness, threatens to commit suicide, uses phrases like, "I'll show you who's boss," or "I'll put you in line," or uses a loud and intimidating voice. Financial abuse is when someone makes all the decisions about your joint money, takes care of all financial matters without your input, criticizes the way or the amounts of money you spend, places you on a budget that's unrealistic, keeps you from accessing bank accounts and credit cards, refuses to put your name on joint assets, controls your paycheck, refuses you access to money or a job or school, refuses to get a job himself, refuses to pay bills, causes you to lose your job. Spiritual abuse is when someone uses religion or a person's religious community against her by telling her that leaving him would be against God's will, or that they will be together until death do us part, no matter what. By not letting her attend church, or by telling church leaders lies about her in order to look good and not be discovered as a batter. Using children is when someone makes you feel guilty about your children, uses children to relay negative messages, uses children to report on your activities, uses visitation of children to harass you, threatens to take custody of your kids, threatens to kidnap your children, threatens to hurt your children.